Okay, started. Okay, so where we stopped last class is 1 second. This is JavaScript. Okay, so let me load the project. Mm. Am I audible or any problem in my audio? Hello?
Audible, sir, audible.
Perfect, sir.
Yes, sir, you were
Okay.
audible.
No echo, right?
No, sir.
Okay, yeah, thanks. So file open, paste. Okay. It's loading. Okay. See, last class we actually discussed about React.js and folder structure, control flow, everything we discussed. So first, let's start the application. So let's say npm start is the command to start any application. First, you have to go inside the project folder and run the command npm start. So it will run on, 3000 port number. Okay, it's starting. I think it takes time. अरे इतना time करो. Come on. Okay, let me stop and start again. Okay, so it has started and we got the basic application. Let me, I think. Where is the terminal? Okay, so from app.js, yeah, this is one component. Okay, so generally how you create a component is like this. So import React from React and just create a function, and this function must have a return statement and returns, and this part is called a JSX. Okay, so it is looks like a HTML, but 99% HTML only. Okay, I'm not using any logo. Okay, so first we understand like how you create your own component, because see, to develop a bigger website, we have to know like we're creating our own components like data, maintain the data and all, right? So let's see how to create your own component. So I'll do one thing in SRC. I create a folder called components. Okay, I create a folder called components. So in the components, I create my own component. Okay, so how I create is right click new JavaScript. Okay, so you have to create a file called .jsx. App.js is JS, but it officially it is JSX. Okay, so going forward, we create everything is .jsx. Okay, so I create now is let's say employee, or I'll just say some my card.jsx. Okay, fine. So I have a file called mycard.jsx. So this will become a component. So what is the default structure of a component is you must import React from the React.js library, and then you have to create. See, always remember the file name should always start from caps. Okay, all this always remember the component name always starts from caps. See, app also component starts from the caps. Okay, even whenever you create a function inside to represent the main, this component, so it must be same as the file name. Okay, so I say constant, or let you can take my card is equal to a function. Okay, so this function is a component. It returns something called a JSX like this. This is the default structure of a component. So inside of this, always remember there should be one enclosing tag. Correct? Inside return statement, there should be always an enclosing tag. So inside whatever you want, you can write. Just say h2, welcome to my card. Okay. Yeah, in Angular we have commands, but here we don't have any commands. Oh, okay, no React CLI. In Angular, yes, we have Angular CLI to create all this, but in React doesn't have, so you have to create manually. So after that, export default my card. Okay, so assume this is the default structure of any of your component. So later on, props, states, like different concepts will come, but this is the default structure of a component. Okay. For empty tag, like, can we keep ID? No, you can't create ID and all for that. No, inside only you can take any ID you want to specify. This element you take, but this will see here you can't take ID because this not even render in the DOM, so it won't let you give ID because that is lapse, right? So it won't let you mention anything inside. Only you have to mention. Okay. If you wanted to have, yes, if you wanted to have, you have to give some division, and there you have to mention IDs, and that ID will be reflects in your DOM. Okay, to make some DOM manipulation. Okay, so component is ready, and when you look at first line, this is import React. Okay, yeah, I agree that we have not used React any of these things, right? You have not used anywhere React, but uh, this indicates that this whole thing is a React component. Okay, it just makes available the React module, I mean React library for our component. It means for all this rendering, okay, this all happens with this module. Even if you don't write, by default it will take, but the what is called the good programming practice is React. And going forward, right, when we actually write with the TSX, so there we have to mention like React dot functional component, and this is of type props and state. Like, you have to mention the types. That's where we use React. Okay, so for now, just remember this, just keep importing the React as it is. Okay, yes, every time we have to export our file name, exactly, because we have to use this tag outside, right? So the same tag, see, if you create a component, right, so this will become a tag like my card. So your tag name becomes like this, the file name itself. Okay, so now I have just created a simple component, welcome to my card. But when I look at the UI, I didn't get anything called welcome to my card. Like, welcome to my card is not there. So why is not there? Base this whole UI, right? The whole UI is will get rendered from the app.js. See, in app.js, we have only welcome to React.js. We don't have anything else. So what I do, I want to display this particular code under this. So you don't need to copy and paste. You have your own tag, right? So whatever you write, even 1,000 lines of code you write here. So just you have to mention this tag wherever you want to display on an app. So under H2, I will write my card. So this my card should import actually. Generally, if you're using VS Code, you have to import it from the folder, like import the file name, the one which you have exported name from dot slash, because with respect to app.js, see, I'm in app.js. In the same location, there is a folder called component. So that is dot slash. If it is in a previous folder, like src, you have to say dot slash, even previous folder, even parents folder, dot slash. So if it is in a current folder, just say only dot slash components folder and the file name, and you don't need to mention .jsx, just mention only name. And this name you have to use as a tag, and always remember you must have a close tag. Okay, without close tag, it won't error. It throws all errors. Okay, so must have a self-enclosing tag if no props or something. Okay, so my card. So now what happened? Welcome to React.js. Under you have configured my card, and what is the code of my card? Is just h2 tag. Welcome to my card. Just check. So I got welcome to my card. Okay, so you may have a question, sir. Here also in reddish color and here also in red color. Why? Because I have used a h2 tag here and here also h2 tag, and I think in the global index.css, yeah, h2 I have mentioned the font color red. So wherever in application use h2 tag, you get this. This is like global style sheet. This is actually really useful uh, because here if you want to mention any specific thing, then you go with the class name. Okay, but just for understanding, I given h2. Okay, so like here you may give the class, it's a class name. Okay, so class name, so app header. Okay, so what I do only for the app header, not this one, only for the app header I want this. So what happened? See, only for the app header it got the style, and your h2 tag doesn't get the styles. So that time what you do, you have to give your own class name and you can apply your styles. So I'll give you multiple options to apply css. So generally this is one way. Okay, so you can write in a global style sheet, that is one way, but there are some other ways also there, but you should have an idea. I'll tell you. So for example, you want to write the styles. This is no way we use in real time, but I just show you. If you want to apply styles, generally in HTML, right? In HTML, you have a h2 tag. You apply styles like this here only. No? You say style is equal to something you write. Same like that, you can also write here, but it is something a different way because it is not pure HTML, right? It's a part of JSX. So what you write is style is equal to it is the dynamic value, and inside you have an object. Okay, it's not double curly brace. This is for React expression. I'll tell you. Any dynamic value you substitute in a backtick operator, what we do, dollar open close, right? In JavaScript. So in React.js, anything you want to substitute dynamically, this is called React expression. In Angular, we have like this. Okay, so this is called React expression. The first one, don't think it's a double quotes like Angular, but no, this first brackets is for React expression. In that I have taken one object also this type of parenthesis. Okay, so inside I say color colon with JavaScript this way only you write na red. Okay, so just check color is red, or let's take some different color, blue. Okay, color is blue. Okay, so this is one way you write. This is one way you write, or else you will create a variable like constant my styles is equal to an object. So inside of the object, color colon green. Okay, just create an object color colon green, and this object you can substitute as a value here. So now you understand. See, this is the React expression in that you're substituting some dynamic variable, and that value, whole value got substituted in this. So you get it is green. Okay, so either you directly mention the object here, or else you can create an object outside and you can just mention as a dynamic value for this parenthesis for React expression. So it get rendered like this, the way how you have configured. Okay, and also one more thing. See, color is just and this is not pure CSS styles. I can say this is part of JavaScript only, because see here in normal regular CSS, how you mention, see color colon without quotes red semicolon, this is pure CSS. But see here color colon in double quotes red and comma, so this is object. This is JavaScript way, right? And even here, so for example font hyphen family, correct in the pure CSS. But in JavaScript, how you mention, JavaScript, how you mention, right? Like the element dot style dot if you want to mention font family, what you do, font family, right? font family, or you want to mention background color. So background capital color. This way you have to mention, right? Same thing you have to mention here because remember this is JavaScript. Okay, it's not your CSS. So here I say font family. Okay, it will be Arial, comma sans hyphen serif. Okay, so you get the Arial font. Okay, this way. For example, you want to mention the background color, comma background capital color, not hyphen color. Okay, background color, something called a gray color. So you got a gray color, right? So this way you mention, but I can also say this is also very hard to define the styles because this is your component. Already HTML and JavaScript is come together. And why you want to hard code the CSS also here? Unnecessarily your component become complex. So there is an option to keep it aside. There is an option to keep these styles aside is the CSS file. So what I do, just for the naming convention to maintain same file name, I'll create a file called a style sheet, the same my card. Regular HTML CSS, we never, create a CSS with the uppercase, right? But here it's supposed to. So my card dot CSS. So what I do, I don't need to mention any of the styles like this. Okay. So just keep this styles also not required. I just take a class. What is a class? Let's say my styles class. Okay. So in this, what I do is just say again this color colon green. And remember, this is a pure CSS. You write whatever the CSS you wanted to write, you can write because it's a pure CSS. Okay. Okay. So I have given a class name my styles. And how will I apply these styles to my this component? And this component, remember, it is not HTML, it's JavaScript one. So um, generally HTML means you can connect using link tag, right? If you have a regular HTML, you can connect the styles using link tag. But here HTML is a part of JavaScript and this whole thing is JavaScript. So how you can configure is simple. You have to import this CSS here. So how do I do is same like how you have imported the component from components folder. Same like that here, import directly no name dot slash mycard.css. Okay, so CSS you're gonna import in this way. Why I have given dot slashes because both are side by side only. If it is in a previous folder called src, you have to mention like dot slash. You have to mention the parent folder. Okay, so I hope you know this part. So I have imported, but no styles apply. Where is that? No styles apply because one thing we miss in card.css. I given a class called my styles, but there is no class name mentioned. So just give the class name. Okay, so it was class there, and here is class name. So you mention the class name here. Class name my styles, and where the styles defined in this CSS my styles. So what happened? You get your styles green, and you want to change anything? Just go here. You write whatever, like background color. It's a regular CSS. It's a pure CSS, right? There's something called aquamarine. You got this. Okay. So this way you basically mention the styles. This time no brackets. Good question. Yeah. See, generally I tell you, yeah, previously we have declared this one, and inside you written some like this. Okay, it means this is a regular JavaScript variable you are substituting. For example, previously what we have constant my styles is equal to something is there. Okay, so this is the JavaScript variable. So a JavaScript variable to substitute here, we have to use the brackets. Okay, but this class name is there, na? So this class name is mentioned in somewhere in the CSS. It's not a regular variable, correct? So it's not a variable of like your JavaScript. So if it is not a variable, it is something apart from the JavaScript, then you go with this only. Okay. So if you have any variable declared and you want to substitute, then you have to go with this one. Any, generally this, why we go with this one? The JavaScript variables, right? You declare a array, object, a regular variable. So you want to substitute dynamic value of a variable, you go with this. But there is no variable declare here. So it is just a CSS class. So always you have to go with this quotes. Okay. If you mention like this way, uh, it look for a variable which is declared somewhere here. Okay, so that variable has not been declared, has not been defined. Okay, so you have to go with this. Good question. Good practice to put both CSS and JSX in the same folder. Yes, yes, you have to, because if you create some 1,000 components, all 1,000 CSS you keep in separate folder, um, you may actually, yeah, this is also a good question. Generally what people does is, yeah, generally what people does is they create module wise. They create some modules folder, like for example, they create some modules folder. Okay, and they also create something called styles folder. Okay, in our project it is like this. So modules folder. So in modules folder, for example, we have you know admin module is there. Okay, so like customer module is there, and in that like user module is there. So there are three modules. So module wise in admin you have create admin dot JSX file is there. So if JSX file is here, all the styles related to the whole project they write in styles. Same structure they follow inside the styles folder, like admin folder. Okay, so inside you say, so you have a JSX na? Same like the name, create dot CSS. Okay, and we have anything in customer, so you write a customer folder. So under that respective dot CSS. So this way we generally maintain our project. So there is no strict rule to define where you have to, but as of now we are discussing. Yeah. So we are discussing a very regular, I mean, very basic concepts today. So we're not focusing actually on a production ready application. So I just created in the same location only for easy for you to refer. But generally how they used to refer is they create modules folder separately for all the JSX, and all styles they mention inside of the styles folder respective to the folder location here. Okay, so when we start with the application, then we start doing it, because if you start creating folders only takes time. Okay, so just for time being, and even going forward for most of the examples, just for understanding the concepts, right? So I never mention CSS like for every component. I just go with the global style sheet only. Okay, because it's save our time. We have to focus on the concepts, not just styles where to declare and all, right? So but officially it declares this way. This is the most accepted uh, like the way of creating the styles. Okay, modules folder contains all your modules pages and all, and the styles folder you can write all the styles, and make sure you have to give a connection from this location to there, and dot dot slash styles slash, like a full path you have to give there. Okay, so fine. Okay, so this is one thing, but moreover I say I don't want to write this normal CSS here. I don't want to write this CSS like this. I just go with global style sheet. But just for this example, I keep it as it is, so you get an idea. Okay, so this is fine. Now one more thing, sir. If I write, just if I just keep writing the styles, for example, I want to explain you some basic counter example or some form example or something. So what you have to do, you have to write a form and then go to CSS, keep writing all the styles of the form, and then come back and start understanding the React concepts. But it actually takes time. So that's why I straight away go with the Bootstrap configuration, so that you just make a Bootstrap styles directly and no need to write much of the CSS by your own. So don't to focus on a CSS. We only focus on a React. Okay, so that's the plan. What I do, let's configure a Bootstrap so that we get an idea like how can we configure a Bootstrap for application. Okay, so now let's go ahead and install Bootstrap for this. So how to install Bootstrap is Go to, see, like I said, most of the React concepts, like while learning the concepts of React, okay, so we will be using Bootstrap only. But actually, when we develop the project, then I start giving you the React specific library also. Okay, and we do the project on React specific library only. Because if you want to understand the React specific library like Material UI, React Bootstrap, or Prime React, you must know React concepts. Otherwise, you can't use the library only. So we know the well-known library, which is common for everyone, irrespective of React or Angular. The independent library we have is Bootstrap. So we just use the Bootstrap because people already know Bootstrap. So we don't need to much concentrate on the design part. We focus directly on a React, examples and concepts. Okay. So let's install a Bootstrap. So I go to Google, just go to Bootstrap. Yeah, here there is a command. Yes, this is the command to install Bootstrap in your application. Okay, npm I Bootstrap, this one. So what I do, go here, go to your terminal, go to your terminal. I stop it. Come on, ये तो अजीब लग रहा है. 1 second, I close this. I reopen. Now fine. Yeah, I stop the server. What I do? ये क्या है? Copy this, paste. npm I stands for install and Bootstrap with the version. Enter. So when you install this Bootstrap, so it will make an entry in the package.json. See, till now we don't have anything in package.json. I think it's already done. So if you go to package.json, see, previously we don't have any Bootstrap. So now Bootstrap has configured just now. So as soon as you hit any third-party module, we install with this command only in React. Okay. So npm I or install will be there. Shortcut is I. So npm I, the name of the library, maybe sometimes version also, specific version of a library and version also. So like this, if you install, right, automatically it will make an entry. First step, it will make an entry in the dependency of package.json Bootstrap. So you can check, is it really make an entry or not? So after making an entry, so where exactly the Bootstrap gets downloaded? Generally, what we do, when we were practicing Bootstrap, we have downloaded the zip file and we have extracted and we have brought the CSS files, correct? Or JavaScript files. But in here, if I hit the command, it will download it. It will download the Bootstrap folder, complete Bootstrap folder, it get download. But where it was kept. Yeah, where it was kept is, ये क्या है? Yeah, hyphen save is for dev dependency. This is actually not required by default. Previous commands we have to use hyphen save to keep an entry in a package.json, but it's not required by default. It makes an entry. Okay, if you give hyphen save also makes an entry. Without hyphen save also it makes an entry. Okay, yeah. So yeah, after it is make an entry where my folder got downloaded. You remember always all your libraries kept in node modules folder only. Okay, all your libraries kept in. Yes, it is mandatory download. Yes, all third-party library you must have to download. You must have download in real time also. You must have to download. Don't just rely on the CDN link because it may get late, right? It may always for every small UI, it's supposed to go to CDN link and get the data. It's not actually recommended. So better you download. Okay, yeah. So where it was kept is in node modules folder. So you can extract, expand the lot of things. You can find some this symbol somewhere. You can find ABCD Bootstrap. Yes, see, Bootstrap folder created. So under that there's the dist folder. In that you have all the CSS files, and the JS folder you have all the JS files, the bundle.js and bootstrap.css. So these are okay is kept here. This time why can't we use npx install bootstrap? Actually, I told that day only, na? I'll tell you. See, to create React application, what we did? npx create React app and the first app. So what is the meaning of this one? Is it will download this particular, this particular library. Uh, I mean, it will download this particular library like anonymously and then create the application. So instead of doing this one, what you do, npm install or I create React app, and after that you can just say using create React app first app. So why we were using npx is we don't want to have on the fly to just to create a project. So that's why we use npx. But here, yes, we intentionally need that library in our application. So if you wanted to have it, you wanted to download, you have to use this only. You don't need to use this one. It is just to run the package to create something else. Okay, this is for installing any particular package in your project. Okay, for project local install is like this. You want to install globally, you have to give hyphen hyphen global. Okay, so but we need the package inside our project, so that's why we use npm, not npx. So it npx is anonymously, it just runs the package. Okay, we don't need to run the package, we need the package to use in our application, so npm only. So so bootstrap downloaded makes an entry, that's fine, but where we have to, you're not letting me go forward, eh? Hyphen global. Okay, see, I tell you, if you don't mention hyphen global, what we did till now, just tell me. I did just now like this, na npm I bootstrap, है ना? If I do npm I bootstrap, it will install the bootstrap in, see where I run the npm I in the first app folder. So what happened? The bootstrap got installed in the first app folder only, not any of the folder. First app, it got downloaded and available only for the first app. Okay, that's called local installation, locally. For only locally means only for that particular project. There are some packages like live server we use mostly for HTML CSS development. So this package I wanted to use globally. Globally means not only for first app, I want to use almost every example of HTML CSS I want to use. So I have to install somewhere in the global. So install globally means like this, npm I hyphen global. So if I say hyphen global, where this get installed? Where this get installed is in your npm installation folder, like in somewhere in C drive, node.js slash modules, somewhere lib. Yeah, there it will install. Okay, if it install in C drive node modules, so that is acceptable everywhere in your computer directory. But if you install specific folder for this one, it's like local installation available only for that folder, not for anything else. If you want to make it available for everyone, you have to use this command. Okay, and it doesn't matter where you have installed, in which location you install, it is applicable everywhere. Okay, because it's kept in somewhere in the global. Okay, but we need this bootstrap only for our project, not for anyone. Okay, okay, good. So yeah, bootstrap installed. Now what we do, we need to क्या करना है? Yeah, we need to configure it. Correct. See, generally what happen? We just download bootstrap, but we have to configure the bootstrap, right? In bootstrap, what you configure? One bootstrap.css you have to configure, and bootstrap bundle.js you have to configure. Okay, so generally in HTML, where you configure these guys, in HTML only, link tag, script tag, you add in the head section, that's fine. But in React, where we need to add? Do we need to add in the index.html? No. You can keep it in app dot, sorry, not app. There is a global file now. As soon as you run the npm start, there is one file get activated, that is index.js, right? Here you have to configure bootstrap. How you have to configure bootstrap is like this. So bootstrap configuration, Yeah, let's say simply import. Tell me how you import the CSS here. Directly dot slash CSS na. Same story you do here. But where is that bootstrap? In the node modules folder. And where is this file? This file is there in the src folder. See, this file is there in like your index.js is there in the src folder. If you come out from src, you see node modules folder. So I write like this dot slash. I say node underscore modules, correct? Slash. What was the package? See, it lists out me all the packages of node modules. So bootstrap slash dist slash css slash bootstrap dot css, correct? Yeah, you must give that path, correct? Next, next, the JavaScript also you have to configure. But JavaScript, how you import? How you import my card? My card also JavaScript, na? Correct? The JavaScript file, na? Like JSX only, JavaScript file only, function only. So how you import? Again the path, but no extension. Same story you do here. Import dot slash node underscore modules slash bootstrap dist js bootstrap dot bundle dot js. Just bootstrap dot bundle, no js required because not required. See, nowhere we use. Okay, so we have successfully configured bootstrap for our React application. You wanted to confirm. You wanted to confirm. I think I stopped this application. Let me start now. npm start. And one small practice you have to do is whenever you do some changes in index.js, na, just try to restart the application. When you make some changes in the index, na, right? I have made some changes on the index page, right? So try to restart the application so that you won't miss any this thing. Like your application build was proper. Okay. Otherwise, sometimes you get the error like it was not found, kind of. So better restart the application if you make some changes in the index.js only. Remaining all not required. Okay, so go to my card. So ये तो my card hover. Okay, so I write just for checking the bootstrap. I'll give a class name, control space. See, I'm getting all bootstraps. So let's say btn minus success. So let's say login a button. See, you got the bootstrap login button, correct? Yes. So now we understand bootstrap has successfully configured for our application, correct? Okay. So apart from that, um, I want to install something called some icons also. Some icons also I want to install. Okay. So bootstrap also have some icons. When you go at look at the icons, yeah, this one you install bootstrap icons. I can install bootstrap icons, but I don't remember the class names of all these guys. See, circle, one square, 123. These icons names I don't know. So I remember only phantasm icons. So okay, we'll see this for now. Okay, so these are icons. So you want to use this icon, how to use a down arrow? Yeah, I tag BI. BI is bootstrap icon. Okay, for phantasm it is FA, arrow circle. So then do we have any Facebook icons kind of? Can we have a search? No search. Come on. This guy has given big list, but no search. Control find Facebook.
Top right
Hey,
side
is
search is
there?
there, sir, I guess.
Is there? Sorry.
Top right side search is there. Four icons.
Okay, one minute. So Facebook is there to have a Facebook. BI Facebook. Oh, this is nice, na? Okay. So let's install for icons. So this is the command npm I bootstrap icon. Just copy the clipboard. I stop the application again. We have installed earlier. Okay, npm I bootstrap icons. And also please check in package.json. There is no package called bootstrap icons. Correct? If you install it will come. That's why I said, right, when you look at the package.json only, you understand everything, what package use, what application it is and all. Okay, see, entry has made bootstrap icons and node modules, it is there. But what CSS to connect here? It is separate is made, but usage. Usage. This is the way. Oh, you have to connect one style sheet. Maybe this one. What is that style sheet? 1 second. Bootstrap icon.css from font to folder. Icons, font, folder you have. Okay, so let's look at that one because you have to add extra CSS. So go to index.js again. So for bootstrap icons, import $/ node modules / bootstrap icons / font icons. If you go for icons, all icons only. Font / bootstrap icons.css. Wait, na? Bootstrap icon.css. So I have connected bootstrap icon.css. So happy. Let's start the application back. And you know this one, right? If your application is running on 3000, you're trying to start another command prompt, like you forgot, like is already running on 3000 and you forgot it, and you start npm again. So that time it says a warning that it was already running on 3000 and do you want instead of anything else. Okay, so it runs another port number. So make sure don't run multiple port numbers unnecessarily. It makes a confusion. Okay, just keep one. Okay, so it's been done, I guess. So what we do, we'll test it like any icon. My card. Huh. So यहाँ पे Facebook icon. So I tag with the class FA, sorry, BI space Facebook. Okay, so you get the Facebook icon. Any size or something? BI hyphen 4x 3x. Array. 2. Actually, in font awesome, right? There is something like 4x 3x is there. Do we have anything like that? Sizing icons is there, but no sizing. Usage styling is there, but
Width and height.
oh, you have to mention width and height. This is for SVG, but okay, let's see. Not apply because this attribute not allowed in JSX. Regular HTML you can use. So maybe you can use the brackets 32 and the height. But these are for I tag you can't use all this. Width, height, and
font size.
Actually, one way you can do is इसमें वो index.css है ना .bi hyphen Facebook you do ये जो class name लेके यार time pass story. Font size, let's take some 40 pixels. I think it's like important. Okay, what हो गया? Okay, so this way we do manually, like increase the font size. There is no a special class for making a bigger styles, bigger size. I think we can manage. Colors and all, I guess we can add text to primary. Yes, perfect. So we got yeah, good question. Yeah, installing Nodemon will definitely restart the application every time, but we don't need to we don't need to install Nodemon again for a React because internally React was using Nodemon already. Because see, whenever I do changes na, without refreshing, it's got applied, right? For example, I say text warning, it is changed. So we don't need to do anything. It because React itself will do automatic restart inside. The script is there. This inside script will take care. You can't see anything, but it will manage. Okay, so you don't need to install separately Nodemon. It'll work. Um, okay, so we understand like how to create a component and yeah, how to create a component and how to install Bootstrap and icons. Fine, but can we make a nice application so that you really understand like how to do that? Okay, so let's make a simple example here. And for that, we need to have some images. Yeah, I'll tell you how you get some images. Yeah, for local images in SRC itself, you create a folder called assets, the official name assets. Okay, in assets, you can create a folder called img or images. Okay, you can keep all your images inside of assets. Like local images, you can keep here. Global images, anyway, you mention the URL. Okay, so there are some static images we load for the whole program, whole project. So you can keep it in local here. Okay, so let me grab some of the images so that we can use them. I think in image folder, don't worry. I'm again getting some क्या है
Food
food
images.
images. Okay, you can download something else. Huh. So what I do in the components, right? I create and one more thing. In components, you keep writing mycard.css, mycard.jsx, and then something.jsx, something.jsx. Like it will become a full list. Again, confusion like in component, there are 10, 15 files will be there. If you want to avoid those things, you can do one thing. Inside components, you create a folder called my hyphen card. Okay. And ye jo hai na, keep them inside. So now happy like in components, my card, and these are belongs to only my card. And you want to have anything, they can create separate folder. React.js, no question at all. For making a project structure, you can create however you want, Okay, but there is some best practice like this. Okay, your admin folder inside the like nested folder and all. Okay, so fine. So let's create another folder called food. In this, I create a component directly. Just say food menu dot jsx. Yeah. So what is this the default structure? Import React from React. Just type it, you get the practice. Okay. Constant food menu is equal to a function. You go with normal function, arrow function, function expression, anything. I use only this one. So if you don't want to write always, do one thing. Johanna, in SRC, I create a folder. I create a file called. Better create a folder. I create a folder called notes. Okay. So in this, I create a file called component dot text file. I create. I'll paste it. So every time you want to get the structure, copy paste from the notes text file and change whatever you want. Okay, I think that way also better. Why are we giving the return? What is the default keyword? Default export. Default export. You can use the same name over there, or else you can change it. Return is, yeah, this is a function. Okay, I tell you. Actually, yeah, this is a good question. I tell you what is this is. See, when there is app na, you have configured what? My card. So you have configured a tag called my card. So there is some HTML code get substitute here, so get render here. So what get render is we go and call it, it will React will call this function. Okay, so when call this function, return this JSX. It means whenever this card is used, I mean whenever this tag is used, then this whole statement, this whole HTML gets substitute here. So that's why it will return whenever you have configured this one, it will return this code the where you have configured. So it means this code get configured there. So this is the default structure of a component. It always returns the JSX. So when you configure the tag, so this snippet, the return statement will return you the snippet back there. So that gets substitute wherever you have configured. That's written. Okay. And before return, there are a lot of things will be there. We'll see down the line. Love questions. Yeah, first 10 lines for every program. Yes, some extensions are there. RFC, functional component and all. Yes, it is there. Sometimes my voice is lag. Not audible. Sometimes lag. Maybe my mic is having some problem. Hello, hello, hello. I think it's now not. See, I can't see the green color. Sometimes it is going ups and down. Okay, give me 1 minute. I'll change my speaker. Okay, 1 minute. Hello, hello,
Yeah, sir.
hello.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible?
Yeah. Now audible.
Okay, okay, fine. I changed actually the speaker. Okay, yeah, 1 second. Scott. Okay, so now where we are, return statement will return the HTML that gets substituted where you have configured. Okay, so let's go to the food menu. Okay, in food menu, let's configure something under my card. Okay, let's say food menu. Okay, it's got imported automatically. If you don't have, then you must have to import it from the location where you have, and you have to configure. See, when I move the folder to my card, see my card slash my card has come. Okay, and for folder names, you can give regular folder names or camel case, anything you can use, but don't give folder name as caps. Only component name is caps. Okay, or CSS is caps. Okay, so here I wanted to have nothing. Okay, these icons and all actually not looks good in the card. So squad time. And also I comment this guy. You can comment like this. Yeah, and React.js components, you can comment like this. Okay, in React expression, a regular JavaScript comment for the this one. So it will comment my card. So now my card. Okay. And also, ye jo hai na, this is what welcome to React.js. Why you need welcome to React.js like this static, old text? You can make nice nav bar na. एक काम करेंगे. I just take one nav bar. Okay, we have bootstrap na, nav bar with the class. Uh, okay, navbar dark pg dark navbar expand sm. Okay, one container in that an anchor tag. Just give the class navbar brand. Let's give some heading. Let's say React with Bootstrap. Okay, yes. So this is fine. React with Bootstrap. Okay, under navbar, I'll configure another component called food menu. Okay, so fine. So in food menu, nothing is there. So for example, I write h2 food. I got okay. So here what I do, the regular cards I'll make one container, one row, single call sm4 or 3 one card img. Yeah. So where was your image? So if you have a local image, some assets folder, so you can substitute the local image in a different way. I'll tell you. You got a card, right? Huh. Say something margin top 4. Okay. So here you want to substitute local image. So what you do is you have to import the image. Let's say food 1 or food img underscore 1 from the location. Where is that? I'm in food folder dot slash go to I think no dot slash assets folder slash img slash other. Okay, and this food image is a variable you're gonna substitute in src. You use this expression for putting it here. Okay, so that you get the image, local image. So we have a global. See, remember this point now. We have a local image, so image you import like this. Previously logo was there, logo.jpg or svg, that also import same way. So we use here, but in real time, right, this type of images come directly from server. Image url come from server. So that time you don't need to import like this, because there are some hundred thousands of images are there. You don't write import. If it is local, then you have to import, but directly when get from server, directly in the object only you get it. Then you can retrieve from the object. Okay, from the state you can add it. But we have a local, so you must have to import from the local file and use it. Okay, just like any other file import. Okay, so under that card body, anything, just say p.h3 code 1, a paragraph with some lorem 30 tab. Okay, bigger 20 tab. Okay, so basic one. Okay, so here lot of questions will get. I'll rectify one by one. Okay, so one call sm3, you got a card. Okay, so like this we need multiple cards. So what we do, we need to import, because all are local images only, so you must have to import them. Okay, so let's say other 2, I think it is 3, I think it is 4. Okay, so all 4 images imported. So where do I add another call sm? See, I say in React there is no repeated code, right? Yes, I'll come back to there. Okay, so food image 2 is code 2, food image 3. We can optimize a lot. Okay, this code, because we are in the initial stage of learning bootstraps, sorry, React, so we keep it as it is. Huh. ये क्या है up and down? Maybe this, उसका height अलग है. You can give the height, but image tag only, na? Height, I don't know, 200. Okay, it fit. Okay, yeah. So we got 4 cards with some text. That's fine. Okay. Now Yeah. So assume this is the food image code. Okay, some code you written, and don't worry about the number of duplications here. I'll come back like how can you make this itself as one component, and how can you repeat the component for to avoid the duplicates, and more optimization we can actually do. But just keep this aside for now. Okay. So we have written assume just some HTML code. Okay, and the whole code only one tag is food image food menu. And when I go here, I just configure food menu. So in that return statement, whatever the whole code is there gets substituted under this location, and this whole thing got substituted in the body section of the index.html. That's where you got here. The whole page got rendered. Okay, right? This app got substituted in the root element called body root ID there. Okay, so we got it this way. Actually, we can configure and food menu. And remember, in food menu, this whole thing is all the four cards, one component only we given. But going forward, I say this one card is one component. This is one component like that you can take. Okay, so I'll tell you how can you optimize that. But meanwhile, tell me this is what navbar, navbar, right? So why you have to write a code like this navbar? Why can't you take a separate component for navbar? You can do it, right? Okay, let me do one thing in this components. So I can do one thing. Okay, I create another folder called layout folder just for overall structure of application. I just take another extra folder called layout. It's also component, but layout specifically not a part of you know code or data. It's a part of like design layout. So you can keep in components only, no problem. Yeah. So layout, I create one folder called navbar. Okay. So in this, I create one component called capital nav bar dot j6. Okay, so let's say here structure, we already have a structure. Control A, copy nav bar, just replace this guy with nav bar. Okay, so I have a nav bar tag. So what I do, instead of writing nav tag like this, I simply cut this. I'll give it in the nav bar here. Like this is one component. Okay, this is one component. Now this is one component, right? So this component I wanted to use here. See, if you don't use only food image, you got only food image, navbar missing. So you want to use navbar, you have to import navbar from there and just write what navbar tag. This is only we do in React. Okay, we create separate components for whatever you wanted and just use. See how it looks like, how simple it is. But if you go inside, you can find a code, and inside maybe some more components like it's a long story. Okay, it's only as of now static components, no dynamic data handling and all. Okay, confusion. Okay, my plan is why I kept in layout folder separately. Don't worry about the folder names. Okay, actually why I have given is I want to keep navbar always for every example. Okay, see, I teach multiple examples in React now. So this navbar I want to keep it always fixed. Like if I keep it in components folder na, so it's very hard for me to delete always remaining folders. Keep only navbar always. Keep here. So navbar is something an independent of all this data. It is always fixed somewhere. So we keep it in layout folder. So generally layout means what? Layout is a part of something design. Mostly what I do in layout is any navbar, footer, a spinner, alerts. Those are all I keep in layout folder. Those are like a design specific components. There is a design related components. We'll keep it in layout folder. Officially, there is no like React doesn't ask like why you create a layout folder and all. Layout, just imagine layout is just for a design specific components like design level. Or all application level design like spinners, nav bars, footers, those things you can keep it in the layout. The regular components you can create module wise, but we don't create a module wise application because we're not developing a whole bigger application, just a few components we discuss, for example. So we just create only components folder. But going forward, we get a folder called modules, in that some module name, and that components will come. Okay, that's the reason. But you wish, you can keep navbar directly in the components folder, no problem at all. Okay, but only one thing you remember is assets. Assets don't create components, just use only for a local image files or audio files or video files. Okay, those things. Okay, understood now. Okay, so I have a navbar, and this navbar has configured in the navbar and then the food menu. So navbar under food menu has come. Okay, now here one question. Question is, sir, if I write a navbar, always like if I just write a navbar, so navbar contains React with Bootstrap is there. So React with Bootstrap will come. Okay, always React with Bootstrap will come. But okay, this is React with Bootstrap done. Next example will come. React with prop state. Some different examples will come. So that time this heading will change, right? This heading will change, right? So how will you change the heading? Do you go again inside navbar and change? Yeah, you can change that way, but there is another way. Okay, so that's where the React to props concept will come. Props. There are two major things you have to understand in React components: React props and state.
నా ఫోన్ అడిగింది.
Manikanta, can you mute? Okay, so there are concepts like
What we said.
so there are some concepts like which is having less coding. Angular, React is having less coding than Angular. You see folder structure only, how simple folder structure. In Angular you have lengthy folder structure. Okay, so we have two concepts like props and state. You have to know. Forget about states. Props important. So props is nothing but your regular HTML attributes. Regular HTML ka attributes. Okay. See, for example, let me keep it this way. For example, see, I write one image tag. Okay, image is a tag, just like my navbar tag. Image also a tag. So for image tag, there is something called src. Okay, some alt and some width and then height. Okay, so what are these things? This is a tagger. These are all attributes, right? So why we have to have an attributes? So attributes are for defining some extra information for a tag. So src means if I give something food 1.jpg, so food 1 will display. If I give food 2, automatically it will display food 2.jpg. Correct. So these are like extra information. These are called attributes. Same story in React. Props is nothing but this part only, but that is not the regular HTML code. It's a component. Copy this. Yeah. Navbar is my own tag, just like image. So here src, alt, width, these are all fixed. Na? Image tag is predefined. Attributes also predefined. You can't use except these guys for image tag. Correct. You can't use here, you know, like placeholder. You can't use for image tag placeholder because this is no way defined for this guy because all are predefined in HTML, right? But React completely customizable. Your tag itself is your own. So what about the property? Property also your own. You can give A is equal to something, ABC is equal to something. You can give whatever you wanted. Okay, so this A or this one is a prop. So why this we have to use this? We have to provide some extra information for the tag itself. Okay, to make somewhat dynamic of the component. Okay, come back here. So if I say navbar, always you get the navbar. For example, if I repeat the code multiple times, what happened? Always you got the same navbar with the same code, correct? No, I don't want this one. I want to provide some extra information so that it will make something dynamic. So what would I do? So for navbar, I will give my own property, right? Some attribute. So what attribute you want? I want to change the heading. So give some meaningful names, okay? Don't give ABCD like that. Give some meaningful name. My intention to change the header. So I'll just say header is equal to just say okay, just say something called my heading. Okay, so for navbar, I have mentioned the header as my heading. So what my intention is, whatever I provide as a header that should display here. Okay, sir, you are providing the header for the navbar, but it's not display. Yes, you are providing it, but you have to read it. You have to capture it. So how you capture is go inside the navbar. This is the function. Na? So this function receives an object. Always remember React component function itself receives an object. That object is the full of components. What are all the attributes you have configured? All those attributes will display like a will just capture like a object in that component, and that name is nothing but props. Okay, or else just do one thing. यहाँ पे props करो. Simply do console.log of props. Whatever you pass here, it will read as an object and push it into the function parameter. Okay, just read the props. So I refresh, go to inspect, go to console. So you got an object in that header is my heading. Read na. Okay, let's make one more heading. Just say color white. Okay, expand is SM. Okay, I pass 3 values: header, color, expand. Go check. See, heading, color, expand. So whatever data you have passed for the nav bar, so that was read here. That was read in the props. You can take ABCD also, but that ABCD you print, so you get it here. Okay, so but official meaning for this is props. In HTML we call it as attributes, but here we call as props. So whatever you pass like an attribute, all those convert into an object, put it in the this object this function parameter. So then if props is having a bigger object like this, see if I do console log of props, I got the whole object. So I want to only read the heading. How you read the heading? Props dot header. So you get the heading. Props dot color, props dot expand. So whatever the name you have passed on here, same name, props dot header, props dot color, props dot expand, you have to read inside the component. So my understanding here is like I don't want this static code. I want to substitute dynamically props dot ये क्या है header. So but how you substitute? You can't write props dot header because the static code. So you get only props dot header. But you want to substitute something dynamic. What I said, we have to use the React expression, like because you have to substitute something dynamic. You want to write statically, you write like this, but substitute dynamic, use React expression. Now props dot header. So see my heading has come. If it is my heading change like this, so I go directly here. I now change to welcome to Bootstrap. So welcome to Bootstrap. So welcome to React.js. So whatever component we discuss, like props and state change. So this is one way to provide some extra information to the component is props. Okay, here. So I just change this now. Welcome to Bootstrap. So it was read in the navbar. props, it will read the props dot header because the object dot the attribute name. You got it. Okay. And I want to change ये जो dark है ना, I want to change like for example, let me take like this nav bar, welcome to Bootstrap. You got a nav bar. You want to use the same code with some different heading. So same nav tag, welcome to React.js. So see, name change. I change to Angular. Correct, like this. So this way we can change because we can, this way we can provide some extra information. That is fine. What about the color? ये जो color है ना, I want different color. You can pass whatever you want. Okay, so if you go to header, where is the color actually? BG. So if I say BG danger, it is red color. If I say BG success, it is green color, that way. So if you want to provide what color to display, you can pass like a prop. What prop you pass? BG success I want to pass. So color BG success, and here BG here warning. So this get substitute in the place of here, but this is already some static code na. How you substitute is you may write this whole thing है ना, इसको cut करके you want to substitute dynamic, but I can't write only this as color because these are all static, only this is dynamic. So the way how you do is इसको cut करके expression backtick, use this in that. Here you can use the dynamic value as props dot color. So inside this is expression, because why I use expression, because I want to have a dynamic value inside. And why use backtick, because there is some static code and dynamic code together, so I use backtick. This is where you have to merge both. We have directly dynamic value, you write like this, but combination then go with this. I'll give you this code, so keep it as a backup so that you get an idea. Yeah, so navbar dark and the color, go check, see now it is green, it is orange because I have provided a different one. So you want to make something else, just say BG danger, just say Angular. See, observe closely. I use the same tag na, or same tag, but how to define I have given. So that's where it is designed automatically. So this is where components are very useful. You can repeat a number of times, and you can, you don't need to write this navbar code multiple times. So okay, just use only tag name. Okay, these can be 100 lines of code, but you can mention only once. Okay, that reduces the code duplication. That's where it simplifies the complexity of writing duplicate code and all maintainability. Correct. I don't want to use expand or something.
Hello, sir.
Hmm.
Suppose in some navbars there is such option is there. In some navbars there will be no such option. At that time also
What
can we
option?
such option.
Huh.
At that time also can we pass
Yeah,
props?
you can pass. You can pass something. How you manage is you can say search is equal to just say true or false. You pass. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Search true or false. So search bar should be there or not. You pass like a props. So go to nav bar. You get the search right. So there is something like a condition. You mention. I'll come to conditions. So there I'll check props dot search is there or not. If it is there, I'll
To
make
display.
some. Yeah. I'll display some.
So to pass the functionality like such functionality and everything.
What functionality?
Such,
That and all comes down the line. Don't worry.
okay.
You want to take data from here to there. You want to pass like from child component to parent component. That and all I tell you. So let's, for example, search bar. Just imagine this search bar. See, yeah, here I just taken search equal to true. If it is true, in the navbar props dot search. If it is true, you get the paragraph. Yeah, you got here only search bar. Okay. So for example, you want to keep it inside. Under this, you make
Yeah,
यहाँ पे है ना
welcome.
like this. हाँ. So if you make it false, automatically it will hide. That way
Yes.
you manage. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll come to conditions in few minutes. Cut this. Okay. So now we have simplified the navbar. Now we have simplified the navbar, so I don't need to have anything like this. Keep it. Okay. Fine. Now one more concept I'll tell you. Uh, okay. Food menu. You have these things, right? Come on. I want to have a repetition, but I wanted to provide a data. Okay. You understand now. You understand now. What is called, yeah, how to pass some dynamic data, right? Using props. So do same story for food menu. In food menu, in food menu, ये जो story है ना, this card. So this card, this card, this card, like 4 cards are there, right? So each card almost having a same story. Only SRC got changed, the heading got changed, and this may be changed. Okay, so let's change only image and header. So why can't we take a component? Why to write these many repeated lines? You can take this part, only this part as a component. You can take whole thing as repetition also, looping also you do. But just for time being, I want to take this itself as one component. So what I do, see here, in the food menu is there, na? I create one more component. Like how smaller pieces you do, that's where it reduces the complexity. Okay. So I make one more component. Just say food card dot JSX. Okay, let's keep the snippet. Food card dot JSX. I got a food card. So what my plan is, in the food menu, I have this code, right? So this code I'll copy. I'll keep it in the food card. Okay, card, some image, and this one is done. Okay, now I wanted to substitute food card from here. So what I do, I don't need this one. I can use only food card. See, the food card is there, na? I have imported food card. I just use food card. I reduce these many lines with just one card, one line. Of course, inside contains all the lines. Okay, but it looks simplified. Now check, you got the same code. Okay, so now what I do, I just cut this. I'll just copy. I'll keep here food card, and here also food card, here also food card. So now see, all the lines got reduced. Now you got all the cards. A problem यहाँ पे ना, all cards are having a same image and food one, because the one which you're not passing anything, you just mention only food card, but this internally taking some hard coded value and making only food 2, food 3. If I change to food 4, all are food 4, because this is static na. I want to make dynamic. How you make dynamic? You have to pass something to it. Okay, you have to pass something to it. So I'll do like this. Let's make heading. Okay, heading is equal to I pass food 1. So either you use quotes with the string like this. You write like this, food 1 you write, or else like this also you write, not a problem because it's just a static text only, food 1. Okay, so copy. I'm passing the heading here, food 2, food 3, food 4. So it is 2, it is 3, it is 4. So you are passing some heading. So how you read the heading in there? The food card, you read something called props. So in the place of here, dynamic value, props dot heading. So whatever you have passed in, because I'm passing different value, so it will takes from the props dot heading that substitute there. So you got food 1, 2, 3, 4, correct? Because we are passing every time this one. Actually, you can loop and pass the I value. It will pass, but I'll come back to loops concept. Okay, so what about the image? Oh, image. Uh, image is this is the value, na? Okay, let's do one thing. Image is equal to this is the value. Okay.
Can we use destructured properties and can we import all image names like that?
These values?
Yeah,
You can. But from where you destruct?
there only food image 1, image 2, image 3, image 4 from
No,
folder.
directly you can use put image 1, you can substitute here. Like this is the value, na?
Yeah.
Get substitute here. So image 1. So here image 2. Oh, I have not changed this dynamically. So here and here. Put image 3, put image 4. Okay. So you're passing some image. So this image could substitute in the place of image. Instead of this one, I'll say props dot image. So image got changed. Okay. But this one not supposed to. So let's make them height 200. Now happy. Okay. So I don't need to import here. You just pass whatever you have passed in the image. So that gets substituted here and got data. So now see, this got simplified. This code got simplified with a custom component. Food menu also one component. So when you look at the whole application, the application starts from app. Okay. So this is one component. Food menu is one component. The whole box is one component. In that, each card is one component. You know what? Only this also you make one component. This image one component. This body also one component you do. That also works. So for example, food menu. In that food card you taken, right? So you pass food image and heading. So what you do next level is you try even simpler. You're passing image and heading, right? So in the food card, ये जो image है ना, this image I replace with food image component. This I replace with food heading or food body component. Okay, okay, that way you do. That also I tell you so that you get some idea again. Okay, so what I mean, this image itself, one component I'll take. This itself I'll take one component. You can do it. How? In the food card, I'll create one more component. Let's say food. That much actually not required here because this example is not that complex, but in real time how it will be, I'll tell you. Okay, so food image dot jsx. Okay, because in real time this like if you go inside like multiple components you keep getting. Okay, and how you can transfer data back also I tell you. Yeah, image and one more. Food heading dot jsx. It may looks complex initially, but if you understand, then simple only. Just go inside and inside, then you get it. Okay. So what my plan? I have food image separate, food heading separate. So go to food card. Is a code, hai na? You cut this, keep it in the food image. So how you get the props? You read the props. Okay. So how can you get the props then? Go to food card. I read directly here what food image there. I have to pass on image is equal to props dot image. I'm receiving some props from the previous component and I'm passing to another component image. See, it is not declared here, right? Just taking from the parent props and passing to the props of this guy. This guy read the props again, prop.image, you get the image. See, no change. UI was not changed, but structure wise different. And same story here. It's story है ना? This guy, you cut it, keep it in the food heading. यहाँ पे. Okay. So you read the heading from the props, the parent element props. So this heading, I'm gonna pass on from here. Just say food heading, the value heading is equal to my props I receive from the parent dot heading. So same like here, I pass the heading to this guy. So this guy will go and print my heading. Okay. So still no change. So ultimately what you have taken, this whole thing is one component. In that each card is one component, image is one component, the card body is one component. Okay, this way you divide the whole application into small pieces and you can pass data and you pass only one way. Okay, so till now what happened, you have a parent component. Okay, you have a parent component. Who is the parent now? The food image, food menu. So from food menu, I pass some data to food card. From there I pass to food image and also food heading or header. So from the parent, this is the child and this is the child. So I pass data from here and then here. And how to change back, how to send it backwards, to understand that concept, you need to know the events concept, then you can make that way. Okay, but before events, you need to understand something called a state concept. Okay, so you understand here, right? Any question till now? Looks complex. Yeah, initially looks complex, but you try to understand the React perspective, so you get it more details. So I'll do one thing. I'll keep it as a backup because I keep doing on the same example. You may get application gets more and more complex. Okay, I'll take this separate code aside. I'll take new code and then I'll start explaining something else. That way you can understand. Okay, so what I do, I'll take this code as a backup. But to take a backup problem, na, I'll tell you. Where was the Ashok IT? First step. See, in the first step, I have a source code. I have a source code, this one. So I want to create a new project. Again, you do what? Again, you do what? npm npx create React app and some application name. You get the structure. Again, you have to install Bootstrap. Again, you have to install Bootstrap icons and then configure the Bootstrap and then start doing the code. It's a highly complex. So understanding is difficult. Repeat the video. Repeat the video. I really understand your concern, but just repeat the video until you get it and try to see. You're just watching it, right? You just keep a video. Just do whatever I have done in the video, same as it is. You do until you get the same structure. So you get the confidence. Okay, this is how it will work. If you start doing it, you understand like this how it works. Okay, so until you make this one, keep rewind the video, keep repeat the video, then you get it. Okay, okay. So but now if I want to make one more example, I have to make the complete setup again. Instead there is a shortcut. What is the shortcut is? I'll do one thing. In the first step, where and all you change the code, I change in the src, I change in the no change in the public, and these files I change. Node modules we didn't touch. Okay, I'll make it this way. I'll keep this first step folder structure as a backup. For every example, I create like this. Okay, in this 01 hyphen React Bootstrap. Okay, in the first step, except node modules, I'll give the source code here. This is your source code. except node modules, I kept everything here. Okay. So the plan here is, observe very, very carefully. The plan here is this first step, creation of first step, configuration of bootstrap and all takes a lot of time. Okay. So that's why what my plan is, I create React bootstrap folder. In that I kept only the files I have changed. So next time when we discuss some other concept, someone is disturbing, can you please mute? Yeah. So next time when I discuss a concept, I create a folder like this, new folder, 02 hyphen reacts states. Okay, states concept. So in state concept also, I'll give this type of code only like this. Okay, so going forward, I share only these folders, no first step, because if I start sharing the first step, na, only one first step folder contain more than 200 MB complete project. See 300 MB complete project, and it contains some lakhs of files. Sorry, thousands of files and folders. So just simply make it simple. I want to give like this. So then how will we practice then? If you give without node models, it won't run the application, right? How will we practice then? Simple. Same like me. Just keep one master project. Just keep one master project as a first step. Okay. Just keep one master project as a first step. Okay. Then if you want to practice React Bootstrap, ये जो code है ना, पूरा folder copy करके यहाँ पे replace कर दो, run the application, you get React Bootstrap. You want to practice the states, पूरा folders है ना, ये पूरा copy करके यहाँ पे replace कर दो, you get that example that way. Because we can't every time share the whole project to you, because this itself it takes 300 MB and uploading only takes 1 hour or 1 day, because those many files and folders you can't upload directly to the Git like drive. So this way, create your one first tab, keep it as a master copy, and whichever you want to practice, substitute there and run. Or else, if you want to get node modules folder here, simply copy this, because this is what I shared now. Simply copy this, go to command line, paste it. Yeah, just do npm install. Only just do npm install, so that you get all the packages which are listed in the package.json will get installed here, node modules here, and you run the application. That is also one way. But every time npm install, your project folder becomes some GBs. Okay, but better copy करके first step में replace कर दो, you get it. Only thing is you need node module. Okay. Okay. Understood? Any question there? npm I anything. ng for wait, it will come. I'll come back to that concept. Notes you are taking running notes, no? See, when I explain, right, you just take a notepad and just note down what is what. Okay. I think I have a notes I'll give you, but don't just only depend on that, because we discuss every time. See, why I don't prefer notes is every batch I'll give some new example. Okay, it's not like one static example and 10-15 years also I'll give same example, same notes. That way won't work in technology. Okay, so every batch, this batch one example, next batch one more example, like new concept, new example, new thoughts will come. Okay, but every concept, every thought you want to make a documentation, you won't get time only for that. Okay, but basic notes is there that I share you. What is index of React.js? Index. What is meaning of index? You have a React website, the official website you can look at. Okay, this is React official website. You can look at the tutorial or something and you just start reading what is what. Okay, how to set up React and how to make the things. Okay, don't worry, just practice what I mentioned. So you get it, okay? No one asks you what is the definition of prop, what is the definition of state. There is no such definition concept. See, it is not. See, in college days in Viva, they ask you definition. What is the definition of motor? What is definition of thermodynamic and all? In software is not like that. So they ask you a real situation. Okay, they ask you what is React and what is props, what is state. So you just need to be in a position to explain them or convince them with your answer. That's all. But there is no official definition of prop and official definition of state. Okay, so maybe people are experts in explaining the things, but doing things are something weaker. Software company only prefer the people who can able to do. We don't need its definition, we don't need its story and all. We only need, are you able to do it or not? Okay, so focus on a practical way and try to understand by yourself how it is working, and how I'm explaining to you, same way you explain to the interviewer, and your job is done. Okay, but don't try to look for the, okay, क्या बोलते हैं? Don't try to look for the definitions. There is no definition at all for anything. Whatever you explain, right, that is itself is a definition, your own definition. Okay, and people don't encourage the interviewee to by heart the definition and just keep telling, hey, this is point by point and all. They don't encourage all this. They only give you practical example. Okay, practical situation. Hey, I want to have this particular thing, and try to divide as much as components into and make me this work. Just try to make it, and that's where your job is done. Okay, no one asks you what is prop, what is state. You can explain, yeah, what is prop. Prop is sense. uh, Prop is just like an attribute which will transfer data from one component to another. It can be from parent to child or child to parent. Okay, so that way is enough. And state, I think we'll discuss tomorrow. State will discuss tomorrow. Okay, so I strongly recommend you guys to please do visit the recording of this and try to make this application by yourself. First step, try to make the a copy as it is, how I have done in the video. Same thing you do. Next step, create everything from scratch. Take your own example, take your own image, take your own idea, make the example by yourself with your own example. So that's where you gain the confidence. That's where you get the uh, actual code. Okay, yeah, we are going to cover all hooks. Yes, yes. Okay, so let me share the source code. Oh, I don't know like how many people are paid and to whom I have to grant access. Come on. Okay, actually I am yet to get the data from Ashok IT, but till then I was pasting the code here. I'll upload there only. Give me a minute. But there are some already paid people, so for them I need to upload. Okay, यहाँ पे, so I create new folder, React JS. In React JS, React with JavaScript. So in this I upload this folder, React with Bootstrap. Okay, so this contains all your files, so you can just download it and use it. Okay, so people already have access to this folder because they were already started from UI. Okay, the newly joined people, I'm not sure like who and all paid and who all have email ID with the officially. So for them, I'll get data from Ashok IT and then I will grant access. Okay, So till then, I think this video you will get it. So just use the video and try to make the application, because that's where your initial React.js learning starts. Okay. So tomorrow's concept completely depend on what we have discussed today. So please go with this recording. Okay. So that's it, enough for today. I know, I really understand some places you feel complex, but try to understand the architecture of React. Definitely will be easy. But down the line, it will be definitely very easy. But you need to know the architecture. See what we do in regular application in one HTML only, we write everything. Now what happened? Small code, take it into separate JavaScript file, injecting it, configuring it. That's well simple, right? So transferring data between them here and there every day we'll discuss. So you will get familiar with React. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm here, right? I'm here to explain you all. Don't worry at all. Okay, so thanks guys. Thanks so much. It's nearly 9:20. Okay, so let's meet tomorrow 7:30, and please go with this tutorial, this recording before you come back to tomorrow's class. Okay, guys, thank you.